we still haven't tackled America being fucking racist. That's the end of it. Like, we ain't tackled it yet. So my worry is like, all right, and like I was telling my people, don't erase this shit. Just be honest about it. Kids shouldn't understand who Christopher Columbus is until you're able to tell him what he truly did. Like, why you teaching this shit in first grade? Say, like,
1592,
I was thinking back,
Blue. It's a jingle.
Bro, I was thinking about, because we was talking about it, bro. I really was like, damn, I thought this nigga was like a hero. You know what I'm saying? When you were elementary, he a hero. And you like, oh, snap, we learn about this and that, but you don't get the insight of who he is. So until you're able to explain truly what happened and the history behind it, don't celebrate it. Kids shouldn't understand that until they in high school or middle school, whatever case, where they really ready to have that type of conversation. Don't delete it though. Don't delete it. Just talk about it.
So I would argue that we don't get true history from statues anyway. Most of them are depicted incorrectly, regardless. Mm-hmm. And I haven't heard a single person who had a history test that said, I'm about to go to this statue so I can study.
Right.
That's not how it goes.
Yeah.
You're going to look it up anyway.
Yeah, the history's written. So I think I agree with you in the sense of tear all the monuments down, my perspective.
Right.
Because somebody, and the white dude said it best actually, some NASCAR dude who like he's covered NASCAR's whole life. He was like, take the flag out. He was like, if you want to see it, go see it in the place it belongs, which is a museum.
Right.
And that's like, that's
which is true.
The honest truth, why the flag is a whole different beast to me. Because one, the flag that's used isn't even the flag that they were fighting under. That was a flag that was used at the very end of the war. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but that was a terrorist group. The Confederates to the U.S. was a terrorist group. They killed civilians and they killed U.S. military. Union U.S. military. Yeah.
Right.
But at the time, that was the U.S. military.
But that's what that flag represents, that group,
exactly.
Right? So that's even more fuel for the fire of getting rid of it, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I thought you were saying...
no, that's what I'm saying. There's no reason for anybody to ever celebrate it, because since when do we celebrate terrorism?
Shit, every Columbus Day.
President's Day?
You right. You want to be honest about it. You right. Every holiday. Almost there. But I agree with that part. If they're going to put them in the museums, then that's different. But we get into muddy water with taking down monuments. Because what if they take down MLK statue? Say that he was this type of... Right, because it's going to cause a lot of issues. But MLK wasn't... I mean, in that time period, he was alright, but I mean, the shit that he was doing wasn't all...
him as a terrorist. They can
right,
see him
you
as a terrorist.
See what I'm saying?
They'll try to...
Like, there's so much muddy water that can go with that. And again, I don't feel that... Again, it don't bother me in a way because I'm going to learn the history anyway. I'm just thinking about the kids that are coming up and not understanding it. Like, if I see that, I want to... Robert E. Lee, well, who was he? I need to know... I need to research who the hell he was. Like, just because somebody else celebrates, I mean, shit, they know what they celebrate.
But once you see that, like, imagine you being a black father, walking your son up on a college campus, some Robert Lee statue there, and you got to explain to him who he is. And like, if that's his visit, you're like, and then you already got him woke, so you're gonna be like, what? Like, why would I? You know what I'm saying? So
and I wouldn't. We don't need to go there.
You probably be like, all right, we good.
Right, but you
like party for the weekend, and then
right,
we
bro.
good.
But you think about it, all the gyms, the library, all these are named after bad people in essence. If you really want to look, then you're gonna look at everything and rename. Like, you're gonna rename everything.
Fields,
it's like
stadiums.
Right.
They about to change the Florida State Stadium name. Doak Campbell was a known white supremacist.
Right, and so it's almost like you knew that before you gave the motherfucker a stadium anyway. So again, why now are you like, you know what? You see the error in our ways. No, you saw the error in your ways a long time ago.
Yeah.
Nobody pressed you to actually do it, and you were making money off of it. Now, when you're seeing athletes say, "I'm not playing up under this person," now it's a problem. When you got the number one recruit saying, "Hey, I'm going to for the number one prospect for college basketball," saying, "I'm going to HBCU,"
yeah.
That's going to affect dollars.
A lot of them.
Now I guarantee they switch it up.
There's kids that are leaving schools like right now.
Yeah.
There's a kid who left Liberty. Yeah, oh yeah. There's a couple of them, like 4 of them.
He said,
four of them.
Because they have like races, like
The whole campus,
supported, bro.
and that right there, that's what I'd rather have
That's
than
power.
you take it off and then pacify me for me to go to that school. No, keep that same energy that you had while I go over here, and then we're gonna build this one up. And I guarantee now not only is your perspective gonna change now it makes sense for you to take this statue down because you're gonna understand what we mean to we're gonna understand what we mean to your community. Right now, I think they're all doing it on a play of it's cool to make it happen. That's it. They're appeasing us to make it. It's trendy right now. But what happens? Okay, now shit, we losing black dollars. Hey man, let's truly understand what the issue is. That's when you're gonna change the actual heart behind it. Like, don't change it now, bro. You've been knowing that, man. Your school been here since 1900, whatever. No, you knew what you were doing when you did that.
So maybe there's a middle ground. Maybe it's take the statue down and then in place of it put a plaque. Here stood the statue of Sol Ross. He did a lot of great things, but we took it down because he also stood. He was responsible for the oppression of black people, black individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe it's like you replace it. Like you don't just take it down, but maybe you also you replace it.
Give the truth. That's it. Get a history behind it, bro. Because if we really look at it, and I look at all even just African American statues, bro, we had to fight for MLKs to be in DC, like truly. But how many true American black leaders that we don't have no memories of? You know what I'm saying? Like truly, we have nothing to understand who they are. And I rather now it's our turn to say, well, you know what? Let's put that into it. Like if we had a HBCU, there's no reason that there shouldn't be again black statues all over the month. You know what I'm saying? But we don't take into account that same thing. It's sad to say that our counterparts do, right? They celebrate their history. How bad, good, ugly, whatever it is, dog. They celebrate. They gonna make you feel that person was the best person in the world. And we look at it like, y'all wasn't on shit. You know, like I didn't know half the Thomas Jefferson and all of them. I didn't know that shit crazy to me. You know what I mean? And then we talk to this Mason, we celebrate them, Albert Pike and all them people, those were big names.
Who's that?
Albert Pike, that's the one they're fighting now, right? Because, matter of fact, I want to say that's the one that they're dealing in DC. They wanted to take him down. Albert Pike was for the Confederacy, but he's like he was one of the top Masons in that day, right? And he wrote a lot of the degrees, the higher degrees. He was a very smart dude. But he was racist as fuck, right? Because black people couldn't be Masons in their time. Any man of color, that's why they called it Freemasons. Like you weren't free, like that free part.
You're a Freemason.
Yeah. So that free part was how they said that we couldn't become one because we weren't free, right? Wow. And the different Thomas Jefferson, the one who was like, man, how can we not let them in when we stole their language? Because Masonry is African. Like that's it's Egyptology. It's all these things, and it's like. You stole the science from us, yet you won't let us in. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the argument. We can get to that too. The Boston Tea Party and all that. That was all Mason. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just get. You know what I'm saying? So it's just an understanding of like I get the statue pieces again, but it's like just you got to learn the history because a lot of people don't know. We got these people that we celebrate and we have no clue who they were. You know what I'm saying? And that's
that made me look at that shit a whole different way. Cause I was like, man, take all them bitches down. But yeah, you're right. We don't want to forget that shit.
I promise I'm so scared, bro. You think about your kids and because what they're gonna do is take it from the history book. I guarantee they start taking slavery out. I guarantee they did. In a few what's up, baby? In a few years, I promise you, slavery won't even be in the history book. Yeah, they really wow. And then if you heard the ones that just came out today with North Carolina. With Wilmington, the police there, about like they were like they were talking and they didn't know they were being recorded, and they were in their car, and they did the random recording in the car, and the people they were like, let's just kill all of them, let's kill the niggers, this and that, and these are cops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like
where was this at?
They were like
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah. And the only reason why it came out is because the person that audited it, that went through and looked back at the video found it.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
That's it, bro.
If the wrong person would have called it, looked at the video,
we would have never known.
Y'all need to shut this shit
on.
We would have never known.
With y'all.
Right.
Shut
the fuck up.
Yeah.
Bro, y'all youngsters is different, bro. Like, and me and my partner was talking about this. It's like this is the age to where it's like, nah, fuck all that.
Yep.
We march, turn the other cheek. Like, nah, I'm willing to go for this. You know what I'm saying?
You see that
We
running back
never
from
had that, you know what I'm
Mississippi
saying?
State, bro?
Shit, he said change the flag, I ain't playing.
Yeah, and
that's real.
he's probably first round draft.
And then University of Texas. He said he ain't, they got a star wide out. He like he a projected first rounder. And he was like, nigga, I ain't playing no ball this year.
Unless what?
It's got something to do with the shit. I can't give you.
Is that the
fight
school?
song?
They want to change the name of one of the buildings at UT. I think they wanted to add a black Hall of Fame or something like that. Cause they got a Hall of Fame, but they wanted to like recognize like the black guys. What they're demanding though is a little bit of a slippery slope.
Homeboy, this had nothing to do with football. He was on some like political like black people shit. I can just pull it up. You know, I don't like speaking out of turn if I can't tell y'all facts.
Yeah.
But no, but I got.
They also have an issue with the fight song at University of Texas.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that one?
I'm not sure exactly how it goes or anything like that,
that's
but I
right.
know for a fact like they don't like the fight song and they want to change it
National
to a
anthem,
different
like
song.
The real national.
Right.
Basically.
The original.
I
For the
explained
edited. The whole thing.
I got
like that shit crazy. Man.
now I got questions, plot twist me. I'm gonna ask it like this. We all agree that Black Lives Matter. At what point does Black Lives Matter? I've talked to you already about this.
What you mean?
Yeah, I said yeah.
What do you mean by at what point?
Yeah, give me that.
When you look at the placement of abortion clinics,
Is that Washington Clinton?
abortion clinics,
Yeah, on the edge of most.
most of them in black communities.
Correct.
Now, in politics, they approach, well, the left, the liberal, approach abortion as women's rights and women's health.
True.
Do your research, find out less than 1% of abortions had to do with women's rights or with women's health. You know what I'm saying? As a result, this is more convenience than it is women's health. My thing is this: I have a real problem with the black woman. Well, with folks wanting to be mad at the white cop for killing an unarmed black man, but we in favor of the black woman killing that unarmed black child out of pure convenience. If we talking about women's health, I'm cool. I'm like, all right, well, listen, if you was gonna die from the childbirth and shit, then cool. If you,
What's up, baby?
but if you was gonna, but if you was just like, I don't feel like it, or I did this because fuck the baby daddy,
Right.
black lives don't matter to you. You get what I'm saying? Or that one didn't. You feel me?
So you're saying as black people we need to hold our standard. If we're saying Black Lives Matter,
All black lives. You get what I'm saying? Unborn child as well. Unborn children as well. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
In any circumstance?
Huh?
Rape, anything?
Oh no, well, okay, and that's what I said. When you creep into the 1%, rape, incest, and women like health, women life type
yeah,
deal.
like you had the baby, you could die type. Like,
Oh,
or the baby's
okay.
gonna be
So I can
severe.
understand that. I can understand that one. But besides that though, and my thing is, I've asked. First of all, it was posed to me that way, and I had no answer. And I posed to like 5 different people.
And that's one thing, like Candace Owens is heavy on that, right? Y'all familiar with Candace Owens?
Cool.
Crazy.
That
But
bitch.
with
That
but
The words
right. Hold on,
Dave Chappelle, that bitch.
Right. But in that sense though, she had
Cool. I hit her
but
with
in
my
that
car.
sense, bro,
Wow, bro.
right, but you gotta think about it though. In that sense, she's right.
And
In
that's
what sense?
With the like he's saying, with the abortion clinics being most, and then it's government
Well,
funded
but it's
within our
government.
community. The abortions are government funded within our community with Planned Parenthood. And then what she's saying is, at the end of the day, our birth rate is the lowest it's ever been at this point in time.
Well,
so
you
in
gotta also-
essence, they're killing us slowly. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you go into with that because 60% of abortions are carried out by white women. So that's
But they don't. But we're talking about percentages though.
It's a higher percentage with blacks.
Right, based on
I get what you're saying, but you got we playing number game now.
Right.
Because they're the majority.
Right.
If they're, of course, it's almost like when they say more white people are killed by cops than black folks. Duh, you guys are the majority. There are more whites here in America. Therefore, kind of by default, more whites will be killed. However, when you look at the black population that's been in prison and/or killed.
So I guess I can play as you would be devil's advocate. In
What's
that
up?
sense. Is that if the abortion rate, because it takes 2 people to have sex.
Absolutely.
Right.
So if you going in raw dog and ain't pulling out, then that responsibility is on you as well.
On both of them, yeah.
So do you believe that all lives matter when you fucking bitches and coming in?
You goddamn right. Feel me? Look, I pull out. You know what I'm saying? So in that situation, but my whole thing is, you know, first of all, and most of the time, when we talking politically, abortion is always looked at as a women's issue. You get what I'm saying? They kind of disregard the father when they have it. She can go into a clinic and get an abortion. He don't have to sign off on shit.
Correct.
That's why I approach it.
Yeah.
Talking about women. Of course, it takes two to tango. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, but that's my whole thing. You know, I wish people, as much as I hate cops killing unarmed black men, you know, I got a partner I'm this close with. You know what I'm saying? When we were in high school, he knocked off a chick. We were in high school, and she found out she was pregnant, killed it. He didn't find out about none of it until a year later. Her homegirl hold her and told him, you know what I'm saying? And he went back to her, and he was like, what the fuck? She said, I didn't think you would care. It's like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? You ain't think to consult me, you know? But, you know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. So that whole abortion situation, even to this day, if you bring it up to him, he's still hurting. My little boy or my little girl will be like 8 now, bro, and blah, blah, blah.
But even with, okay, but the percentage, like Jable said, 60%, so I'm a little confused by that. Like,
so
what's the counterpoint?
It'd be 60% for public. That is for what the government's willing to pay for. Outside of the government and outside of the reported numbers, they're still getting more abortions. So I don't think it's going to be indicative of there being a big majority of abortions in the black community comparatively, because I still think most are coming from the white community.
Which I can't disagree with. You get what I'm saying? We all know money talks. Right. So if they doing private medicine, you get what I'm saying, and some big, high and mighty mofo, politician or whatever, knock off this side chick, she gets pregnant, he call for some cash and tell his doctor, hey, get rid of this, you know what I'm saying? And so I can get with that. My whole thing is, it's not so much the percentages and or the numbers. My whole thing is just life as a whole. You get what I'm saying? Accident babies or not. So that's my whole thing. When it comes to life and death as a whole, whether it's by bullet or by clinic, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we got to value both lives the same, you know what I'm saying?
I hear that, bro. I just feel like they're just two different issues, though. Like, in general, it's all life you look at, like, literally, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, the whole police thing, that shit's just a big-ass issue, and then the abortion, depending on, situational shit, that's its own issue. But, altogether, it is the same life, but
I get what you're saying.
This shit needs way more than that.
I ain't what I said plot twist.
What?
Hold on, so Chris,
So I was gonna say, like, the way I try to like use stuff like this, because like in my head, like when stuff like this, when we talk about life, I always like kind of just bring it back to like the Bible and just God, and how we always look at everything as God has a plan for everything and everyone. So at the end of the day, like, yes, that baby could have stayed alive, but maybe God didn't even intend for that to happen. And maybe God didn't want that child to live, or maybe somebody like, and so like one thing, like I've told y'all before that like I had a situation where I tried to kill myself, and the first thing that my aunt told me when she came in the hospital is that, you would have went to hell, but like my first thing is like, what if maybe somebody killing themselves was saving who knows how many people, or what if like, because I can tell you now, like I had a friend that killed herself, but ever since then, whenever I have my depressive episodes, all the girls that were close to her come to me immediately. And look at me even like to an overprotective extent, to the point. So like maybe like I'll try to look at it as maybe it was just God's plan for it to happen. And so I guess I don't even want to put like not necessarily my input on what like a woman should do in that situation, that whatever decision she makes is what's going to be made for her. And how her life is going to be is what God turned out for it to be, no matter what. God is probably taking care of that child like that. So that's how I try to look at it on like a religious standpoint, and just say like, God wanted this to happen, it's going to happen. Like, you just got to keep living.
That's kind of something I always try to get people to understand. As much as we hate the cops killing people, let's make sure we ain't taking out innocent black lives ourselves.
So let me ask y'all, where's everybody been? All right, we had Juneteenth, all of that. We just turned up, we celebrated. But where's everybody been? And like, what is your conversation? What does your past 2 weeks look like as far as just conversations with your brothers and sisters and then white people in general? Like, are people reaching out? Are y'all like, how are you handling still kind of just dealing with where we are right now in this moment in this nation? Anything significant?
I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about it. I talked to my father about it because he's Muslim, so I really wanted to get his perspective on it, what we was talking about. And, you know, he's been told me that they was planning on doing this. He actually, his mosque out in South Dallas actually raising millions of dollars right now because they're planning on getting their own land and starting their own thing, basically.
For like they're on that, like seriously.
Yeah, like they're on it.
So that mosque in South Dallas is still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
That's
Still
I
up
watched
and
a
running.
documentary on them when they the 80s when they was they went to the streets to move dealers, drug dealers out.
Yeah, they
Real quick caveat to that though.
They still there, and
So
daddy's still selling
Bean pies.
bean pies and paper.
that's dope.
But yeah, man. So I guess I haven't really. I mean, as far as white people coming up to me talking to me about it, nothing's really changed with that. I mean, honestly, it's been the same, if not worse. I had an incident on Saturday with this white dude, and we about to fight. He disrespected me and my girl at the same time. So I was about to fight him, but then she kind of stopped me, and then she was telling. I was mad that I didn't fight him. I was mad I didn't hit him at the moment, but you know, she after we talked, after me and her talked, she was like, look, you know, this could have been a lot worse. Blah blah blah. Anyway, get back to my point.
So what's your question?
That's my whole thing. Are we okay with that? It's like you're trying to form your own
Having
country.
our own, but still operating under their system.
Exactly.
It's still under
And I
Have to be.
And I mean the thing that I've been researching a lot about land. So there's two sets of land. There's unrestricted land. There's restricted land where it comes with rules and everything that they have in place. Unrestricted land, you can get that land, build your own stuff, and as long as you know what I'm saying, you don't need nothing from the outside, they really don't have no business being on your property. Per se.
Like an Indian reservation, bro.
Basically, yeah, just like an Indian
Their own rules, their own government, bro.
The state of Utah.
Right.
So-
Real talk.
So
really?
The whole state.
No, yes, really.
Damn near.
Really?
Allowed
Yes.
to be polygamy, like
Yes.
the Mormons.
Mormons, yes.
believe.
You can do what
Because
you
of their
want.
religious
multiple
beliefs.
wives.
So maybe we'd have to colonize under a religious kind of thing and have.
Yeah.
But
or
like,
you change your status. I mean, there's ways to do that too. Where you got the more, we talk about that, the Moors and all that stuff that live under here too, where they don't consider themselves American citizens. They lose your citizenship, and it's like it's a tax thing where you change the social security number change and everything. I can't remember what it's called. I'll get with my boy and ask him. He did it, and where he's pretty much a community servant. So he's for the community. So he's not. It's weird to say, like, not a person.
so he's basically like emancipated, almost like an emancipated minor.
Yeah, like he's a business. So as long as he's doing for people, he doesn't pay the same taxes as we do. It's a weird, and it's in our like legislation as far as government. Like you're able to do that. But you give up obviously a couple of your rights or whatever that is. But yeah, it's there might be a way to do it. But what I'm saying as far as are we ready? Meaning some people can't come. Are you ready for that conversation? Are you ready to who's gonna truly come, and are we ready to self-sustain? Do we again kill a mice? Do we fish, hunt? Are we able to do all these things to exactly pretty much, bro?
Yeah.
Where we're that's why I really commend and you said it was Utah, man, what they give up to have their own is a lot of worldly possessions. Are we ready to say F all that? You know what I'm saying? Are we truly like ready to be like, hey man, nah, I'm good. I want to be with my people. And that's it. That's all of us, right? That's the niggas and the Negro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ready for that? What's up, Queen?
I think me personally,
You can put it on the
the only reason I would be ready for that is just because.
some pizza, y'all.
Yep.
Wifey made it. So, speaking on the incident Saturday, I know this is a little tangent, but we was over at Victoria's mom's house Saturday for Father's Day, little get kickback, whatever. And her mom's husband, it's not her even stepdad, she didn't really consider him, but he was, I've always kind of known, like when we were dating, he made a comment once, anything I heard, was we were having a Christmas party, and I made a joke. Yeah, I think I told y'all on Saturday night, but he had made a joke about, like, I was like, because I'm black or something, like somebody thought a gift was missing, something, I was like, oh, blame the black guy or something, and then like I heard him in the corner be like something like, are we wrong or something, like, and nudging the dude, like, and I heard him, I was just like, son of a bitch. I just put it in the back. But he's a big Trump supporter and all this. So, but at the same time, bro, I'm married, bro. I'm married to like his wife's daughter. His wife's his wife has a son who's engaged to a black girl. Like the family's already been like, this is nothing new. So I was like, okay. And then he's helped me out with so much. He's a mechanic. He's good, but bro, so we was over there for hours. And then like, and I was already like feeling a type of way. Y'all know like this past couple weeks I just been vocal. I've been out there and I remember like I was so anxious just over there. It was like all it's all her family's like a lot of white people, bro. I just felt anxious. I was just like, I don't know if I can. I told her before going, like, I don't know if I can pretend around them. Like if they not trying to be real about what's going on, if they just want to act like shit's sweet, like I don't know how I can. She was like, all right, do you need to leave? I was like, yeah, I'll be cool. And so I calmed down. I took some deep breaths. Like I was like focusing on just staying level.
If you got out of that spot though, and had to like chill out, or you stay there and like meditate?
I stayed there and like meditate. I got my mind, and I was like, I'm cool. I'm cool. Play games. I went outside, like throwing bags and just getting air, whatever. And then, bro, we were sitting around talking. In the night, his daughter was having surgery a couple of days, bro. We prayed together, and like, so back up when I first got there. Her sister is Hispanic, and she's been like following everything. And so, bro, she gave me a big hug and just broke down crying. And I was like, "Don't do it, sis, don't do it." And then I started crying, bro. Like, I'm just raw right now, bro. That's just where I'm at. And so that was, you saw that coming in, so you know where I'm at. So anyway, fast forward about 4 hours later, we're sitting there. The night's kind of wrapping up, and we're talking about things. We're getting into it, not into it like argumentative or whatever. We're just getting into like the reality of what's going on. Bro, somehow the Confederate flag comes up, and he starts like explaining it, and I was like, hold on, and I couldn't be silent. I was like, so hold on, are you justifying? He was like, well, you gotta understand, like this flag didn't come from this, and he's like, do your research, blah blah. And I was like, as soon as he said that, I was like, yeah. I was like, you're defending the stars and bars right now? I was like, yeah, I gotta get the hell up out of here. Like, and I said, bro, and I grabbed my cooler. I was like, babe, I'll be in the car. Got it, bro. I was out of it. I was so pissed. Like, how do you sit here and take that posture knowing good and well? You know what I'm saying? And then tell me to do my research, bro? Like, bro.
You gonna pray with that nigga and him with that?
Yes, I was just here praying for your daughter, bro. Like, oh man. And I came home and I recorded, like, I couldn't even, bro, my mind was like 1 something in the morning. Yeah, no, I was on the phone with him. And I was just like, yes, bro. It didn't happen that night. So I was out here smoking a stick, recording my thoughts, bro, and just like, but that's the thing, like, we're still so far. People are like, oh, these conversations are great, taking out monuments, blah, blah. Okay, that's cool. But we still got a long way to go, bro, because they don't see it.